Wow, that's bright. What's going on? Let's get comfortable. Let's get comfortable. I have my lunch here. Well, part of my lunch. We're gonna make another salad. Let's see. And I have my water. I'm trying to make sure I'm drinking enough water. That has been a problem for me. I should go back and rewatch my video on how I drink a gallon of water in a day. Hey Val, I'm making my salad today. I've got tomatoes, onions. I have, it's like a mixture. It's spinach and artisan lettuce, but it's really good. So, ice, that's weird. So I've got that. And, oh, I want to talk about the effects of alcohol. So, I went to the wine festival over the weekend, as you know, and we had fun. It was cool. I went to the wine festival over the weekend and my weight went up like almost 10 pounds. Now I did drink on Friday, like that night before, and then Saturday just at the wine festival, no more wine. And it has taken me almost a week to get back to where I was like this time last week. So it kind of sucks. I was holding that much water, weight and everything, and it was just, it's not good. So I'm like, oh man, no wonder, like I have put on so much weight, and the alcohol is just not, it's just not good for you. So I'm trying to be like a little bit more like aware of that, and I've got, you know, all my plans in place. Now I did download my new Audible book, so I have a subscription with Audible. I didn't understand how that whole thing worked. So basically you pay $15 a month and you get 1 credit, and usually books will cost you 1 credit. So even if you pay 15 bucks, if there's an Audible book, at least from what I've seen, and it's like $17 or $18, you'll still get it for the 1 credit that you paid $15 for. I like to have the Audible books because I like to listen to them when I'm at work, so I try to lean towards books that are about 8 hours, so I know that if I listen to one book, I can probably pretty much get the whole book in during my work day. And I have Big Little Lies. I have that one. That book is like in 2 parts, and it's like 14 hours or 12 hours or something like that, but it's kind of cool, and I like listening to it, so I can listen to that over and over again. And then I also started with oh, what is that, like some different self-help books. I think I've talked about them before. There's one called The Subtle Art of Not Giving a Fuck. That is like a really good book. Well, it's a really good audible book. I like it. So when I'm like stressing out at work, I try to listen to it, and I'm like, woosah, Dawn. Woosah. It's good. So I have that, and then what else? One by Lisa Nichols. I really like her. If you don't know who she is, Google her. She has like a really cool story. Her life story is kind of like really inspiring, and it's awesome. She was a single mom, and she lived in Compton, and her son's father was incarcerated, and I think pretty sure he's still incarcerated, and her son is an adult now. So, and it's just kind of like her doing like abundance checks and writing herself her own check, you know, and she put on there like funding my dream. It was like kind of cool. So I bought her book. That was a really cool one. And then I also have Girl Wash Your Face with Rachel Hollis. I like her. I never heard of her, but the cover of the book was like kind of cool. And then I found out she is like a, she's a Christian based blogger, and her book is like under the like religious kind of, but if you listen to her and you read her book, I don't think it's like overly churchy, but she's got some good points in there. One of the things that she said in her book was something along the lines of like, you can move to like another area, but the way that you feel and the situations that you're dealing with won't change, right? You have to change your mind. You can't just change your location, because just moving is not going to resolve all the inside shit you got going on. And I was like, you know what? She's right with that. She's right. So you really do have to kind of change your mindset. And then, so this month, 2 days ago, I decided to get the Keto Reset Diet 21-day fix. I didn't want to get it because I'm like, I'm not looking for something that's like a fix. I'm looking for something that I can do for life, right? But with some like adjustments to it here and there. And I'm doing a lot of like thinking about the way that I was doing everything when I was competing, and how that worked, and what is it, where's my disconnect right now. And I started the book. I went through the whole book, but you know, like, I can't concentrate fully because I'm still working, so I try my best. But I was going through it, and the main thing is, so the whole 21-day fix thing is that you're going to try to get yourself geared up to do keto. And it gives you 21 days. Now, if you need longer, then that's okay. They give you like an exam, so you can like kind of determine if, the sun is so bright, you can kind of determine if you are ready to move on to doing like full out keto. And then even with doing keto, I'm pretty sure I understand this correctly. So the idea is that you give yourself 21 days to get yourself set up to do keto. Then you do keto for like 6 weeks. And then after that, you take the knowledge that you know, that you have, and your body should be okay with you at that point to, you know, go out and have a drink with some friends, or, you know, eat birthday cake, or whatever the case may be. And then you're not going to go into this like binge cycle of like, oh my God, I had sweets, I want more sweets, I'm just going to screw up the whole day. It's kind of like you can eat it, you can be satisfied, and then you can move on, because your body is kind of like adapted to that like keto mindset, if that makes sense. And I was like, you know what, that's right, because after I did my competition, it was kind of like, okay, I could eat, Greg and I could go out to eat something, and I wasn't craving anything else. I was like, cool, I'm satisfied. You know, we can go do that again in a week or 2 weeks or whatever. I could eat, well, really, I couldn't eat a whole cupcake. I could eat like half a cupcake, or even like a quarter of a cupcake. It was pretty sad, I guess. But pretty cool. So it does make sense. It really does. And I was really happy that I decided to give it a go and really listen to it. And I was telling Greg about it, and I'm like, Greg, you know, this is good. This is really good. And I'm like, this is what he's saying. And the other thing too that like kind of bothers me, and always has with people who say that they're doing keto, is that they eat a whole bunch of bacon and a whole lot of cheese, and I'm just like, that just doesn't sit well with me, right? And their whole thing is like, yeah, you can have bacon, you can have cheese, but why don't you select better foods for you, right? Like, try coconut oil instead, or, you know, avocado instead of some of the other stuff that may not sit well on your stomach. At least that stuff doesn't sit well on my stomach. And I know, I mean, cheese, please, I wish I could just eat bacon and cheese all day long, but I can't. I've tried. I cannot do it. And I don't even really care for bacon that much. I kind of do now, but I like bacon that's like crisp. I'm like a crispy bacon eater. I don't... Greg does not like, so if he burns up bacon, he's like, you can have the burnt up one. Yeah, bacon is just not, it's just not something that I go for. So, you know, I was like, okay, so everything that they're saying in this book so far, I'm just like, yeah, I can get with that. I can get with that. I'm feeling you. That's good. So, but the one thing I really realized this week was like, holy shit, alcohol really is not good for you. I mean, come on, I know that, but I mean, it's really like kind of derailing all my stuff. And then I made Greg do my measurements this morning just because I kind of was like, let's do my measurements. He was supposed to go to Toyota to get his truck fixed. Well, the regular maintenance, not fixed. You're down 7 pounds. It's amazing, Val. Good job. Congratulations. Whoop, whoop. I was hanging around about 181, 182 pounds, and right now I am 173.4 this morning. So, I mean, I was doing real good, and then, like, I went back up because I had that alcohol, and then Greg was also reading something, which, I mean, makes sense. But, like, my body is kind of holding, because I'll do things like this. I'll be like, well, I didn't have any wine or any alcohol, so I'm gonna go ahead and treat myself to a little small bowl of ice cream. Well, this ice cream, like, is making me hold a bunch of water and stuff too. So, you know, as I'm thinking I'm doing okay, I'm not, and then I'm just like going up and down and up and down. So I'm trying to stay consistent with like no alcohol. I am working on really trying to get my blood pressure down. I'm also the other thing that's in this book talking about the keto diet is also about making sure that your stress levels are kind of like staying lower, and that you're getting out and you're walking and you're doing all this stuff. It's not like go like all in, right, and burn out. Okay, and that's kind of what I have been doing a lot, because I have nothing. Like when I was competing, I had a focus, and now I kind of feel like I have no focus. I'm just living life, you know. YOLO. And that's not a good way to look at that either. So it's just trying to like balance everything is what I'm trying to do. I tried to do that before. I was on this whole healthy balance kick, but you know, that didn't work out too well for me. So right now, I mean, I just figure that my weight is starting to come down. I'm gonna be so busy. Greg has his foot surgery. We don't have the date yet, but we're probably looking at like mid-November. So probably like around Thanksgiving time, which he normally cooks. So that'll be fun. I guess I'm gonna have to cook, and he'll complain about everything I make, no doubt. But we've got that. But he's probably gonna be, he's not, from what I understand, he's not gonna be able to drive for like 2 months or something. But it's Greg, so Lord only knows. He'll probably be driving in a week. But with what they have to do to him, they're saying that it's going to be pretty painful. Kind of like when he had his knee surgery, he was in a lot of pain for 2 weeks. Like, he was in a lot of pain. Never seen him go through anything like that before. And then he just kind of like busted it out. He went to therapy. He was doing his thing. You know, so he's doing real good. But now he can't walk because his toes all jacked up. So he's working on that. So I don't know what my whole point of that was. But he's going to cook a bunch of food, so we'll have that. But I'm not going to really start like the keto. I think I'm going to kind of cut down on the carbs and kind of do like lower carbs. But as far as like the keto thing goes, I think I'm going to try to hold off on kind of going full-fledged until probably December-ish. Yeah. So, but like I was telling him, the other thing too is like once you go into keto, you want to stay. I don't count net carbs. I don't do that. That's too much. So when I was like really hardcore in it, I mean, I was doing like 20. I was trying to stay under 25. I was probably more around like 10 to 13 carbs. Like legit, it was not very many carbs. And like I said, I wasn't subtracting for fiber or anything like that, and I was eating all whole food. So really, I mean, we'll just say that I was like at 0, even though you technically can't ever be at 0, but we're gonna say I was at 0. So I was dealing with all of that, and So anyway, what they say is if you're very active, you can be 50 grams of carbs or lower. You kind of want to stay lower. You don't want to try to hit 50. If you are less active or not active at all, you want to be like around 25, I think. Yeah, I mean, I stick, like, the carbs that I would normally get my carbs from would be things like, you know, cabbage, because cabbage sits well with me. I don't cook the cabbage. I eat the cabbage like raw, but I'll like heat it up in the microwave for like 20 or 30 seconds with my chicken, and I'll put like some lime juice or some lemon juice on it, and then sprinkle like some Mrs. Dash, or like now I use Flavor God seasoning, and I'll do that. And then that is kind of like my carb. I use condiments like mustard, different flavored mustards, hot sauce, of course. I mean, hello. What else? Soy sauce I use. So I try to stick with those type of things. And then, you know, like with asparagus, I try to stay away from peppers and onions. Like when I was doing keto, I tried to stay away from those, just because they tend to like not give me the same results that I would have otherwise. So I've got all that. I'm trying to think what else. I don't know. But I can tell you, I go see my doctor in like a week. I go see him the first Monday when I'm on staycation, because we're not going anywhere. I'll be doing some lives during my vacation and everything, and trying to get everything organized. I'm still working on trying to organize my new blog and then also the videos that I have. So I'm trying to do all that. Okay. Do you add anything to it, Val, when you cook? Like, do you cook it in an oven, and do you put like oil or anything on it? How do you do that? I usually eat my stuff, well, unless it's asparagus. I mean, obviously I will not eat asparagus raw. I can't do it. But I mean, I kind of stick to cabbage. Cabbage is my jam. It's really good. It kind of takes the flavor of everything else. It's easy to grab for. I like artisan lettuce and that kind of stuff too. So it works out well for me. Usually steam it. Yeah, that's good. So yeah, but I figure I was gonna get started with the keto reset, and then I'm like, with Greg going in for surgery and stuff, I know he's gonna like pack up some foods, and I don't want it to be a burden during that time frame. Not to mention, I've got vacation coming up, so I think Greg and I are gonna head out a little bit, but I'm not gonna eat like an asshole. I've actually been really, really good, and I'm feeling a lot better. I just gotta kind of focus on everything else too, like with the stress levels and all that kind of stuff, because I've been getting, like, my jaw has been really tight, and I kind of do that thing, like, it's like right before you start to grind your teeth, and I can like feel like the tightness, like I feel the tightness like all like in here, and I know it's stress related. Well, unless you try to Google it to see exactly what it is, and then Google decides to tell you that, you know, you're basically gonna have a heart attack, which isn't good knowing everything that's going on with me right now. But so I'm trying to like, and I don't even know why I'm stressing out, and then I stress out because I'm stressing out, and then I stress out more because I'm an idiot. What are you gonna do? I'm not perfect. But yeah, so we got that. But I'm excited because I've got like a week and a day and a half, and I'm on staycation. What do you mean, what? What I did? I haven't even ate yet. I should be eating. So we've got that, and guess what else? I was actually kind of cool today. There was a girl that, like, we were all joking. You're not perfect. I know, right? Isn't that crazy? That's insane. You know, I think I'm perfect, but Greg kind of brings me down a couple notches every so often. He's like, yeah, you're not as perfect as you think you are. But there was this girl. She's on my team, and today I guess everybody was wearing purple. I forgot. Today's purple. It's anti-bullying. It's for the LGBTQ community. Did I get all the letters in there? We're wearing purple today, but I didn't wear purple. But I do have a purple skull on my desk, so I kind of feel like, you know, I'm there in spirit. So 3 people started hollering at me because I didn't have purple on. And they said it's for anti-bullying. And I said, but y'all are bullying me because I didn't wear purple. So that's kind of like, that doesn't mesh, right? That doesn't seem fair. You can't bully me for not wearing purple to stop bullying. But the one girl walked over and I said, she's not wearing purple. So why don't you say something to her? And she just kind of looked at me and was like, kind of like, who pissed in your cornflakes this morning? What was that all about? We can all be nice to each other. She doesn't like me. I don't even know why she doesn't like me. I don't really care. You don't have to like me. So, yeah. She's rude. I told Greg, he was like, laugh at her face. I said I did laugh in her face. Nah, I'm not lovable. I can be really awful. I'm a really awful person. Just ask my daughter, she'll tell you that. Whatever. So, also with the keto diet, one other thing too is that it's supposed to like, well, it really does. It makes your mind a little bit clearer, so I'm not constantly like, what's going on? And it's supposed to like help with stress and like depression and all that, and I need that because this time of the year is like a really hard time of the year for me, and you know, I tend to like stress out over like every little thing. It's so stupid. But I've got vacation coming on. I cannot wait. I want to go out to the mountains, and I want to like go for some hikes, and well, Greg won't be able to do any of that stuff really because his toe hurts. We'll try, but we got to take care of all that stuff while we can, while he can still walk right now. And what else? I want to go walking, and I don't know, there's a couple things that I like doing. I just love being out in nature, and I guess it's really cool where we live. That would be awesome. Please, Val, come out. We'll go hiking. If you make me mad, I'll push you off the mountain. Just kidding. But because we live in Maryland, we're close to like everything. Oh, yeah, of course. Nice timing. You'll be in surgery. So I'm just eating tomato. I'm not even eating my salad. What am I doing? Okay. So anyway, in Maryland, we've got, you know, the ocean, and we have all kinds of, you know, lakes and reservoirs, and we have the waterfall that's not too far. We have places to go hiking and out in the mountains, so you can like just look out and just see. I mean, it is like some of the most amazing views. I mean, I'm not even kidding. And then you can just like sit, and it's peaceful and it's quiet, and you don't hear people usually, and you can just have those moments of clarity, you know, that you need. Yo, Chris, what's up? I don't have the hot sauce yet, but Greg does. He's at the house. He is cutting grass right now. So we're going to open the hot sauce. Chris sent us some hot sauce. We're going to open that tonight, and we'll find something to put it on. I don't know what. I know that's terrible, but we'll see. I'll see if it's really addicting. We'll see. But I just really like that we have, you know, like places out here where I can just kind of go and relax and think. I haven't really done that in a whole long time. It's delicious on egg, steak, mac and cheese. Oh God, I can't have any mac and cheese. We were just talking about keto. So, whew, it is getting hot in here. But I am going to listen to more of the keto book, and I'm going to try to write stuff down because I don't have it, so I can only like listen to it and try to catch the notes that I want to take while it's going through. But all in all, I'm agreeing with what he's saying. And I'm trying to tell Greg that, but I think he's annoyed with me. And I can't blame him. I mean, your girl went from like 110 pounds to like 180 pounds. That's not good. That's not even healthy. Not even close. God, it's 1:06. What's happening? Greg is probably eating mac and cheese. Greg does not like mac and cheese, believe it or not. He doesn't like it at all. He's not a mac and cheese person. I don't know how we even married. Like, how did that even happen? How did we get married? And I don't know what else. Whew. I don't know if I have much salad dressing, actually. That's gonna suck. We'll try to finish it off. I like to take mac and cheese. I like the Velveeta cheese because I'm like a child. And I take that and I take jarred jalapenos, which aren't spicy, and I add that to it for flavor because it's got that juice and everything in it. I know. No chips and cheese either. Yeah, Greg hates Greg hates chips and cheese. I make some of the best cheese dip. I wish he would eat it because it is really good. He won't even let me have any more because he's being a jerk. But I take Tostitos cheese dip and then I add milk to it and I cook it on the stove. So I make it like that right consistency. And then I put our peppers, so our scorpion and Carolina Reaper and all that stuff, usually ground up, but then sometimes I'll cut up fresh if we have it fresh. And then it's like the most amazing thing ever. It's so good. So we've got that, but no mac and cheese. Greg won't eat mac and cheese. He won't eat my cheese either. I have my different hot sauces I like for different things. So I actually like Texas Pete with tuna. So I take tuna, well, albacore. We don't eat tuna. We take the albacore, and then I take about like 2 tablespoons of Pete's hot sauce, and then I also cut up fresh onions and green peppers so they got that like crunch to it. And then I mix it all together and I put it in the fridge and I let it like kind of sit there for a little bit, and it's so good. I have sriracha. I have the Texas Pete sriracha actually, which Greg is gonna have to put that on this list if they even still have it. I don't even know if I can still get that. It's really good. And I take cucumbers and I slice the cucumbers up and I put vinegar in a bowl, which I actually did this morning. Take vinegar and put it in a bowl, and then I put sriracha on there, and then I just kind of shake it all up, and I kind of got these like awesome tasting cucumber chips that are like really good. It's kind of like a treat. It's awesome. So yeah, yep. We have all kinds of hot sauce. Greg has a bunch of hot sauces he's never even opened that he got from his son. So we got that. I really want to make some chili though, because we have, do we even have, I know we've got frozen fresh peppers. We might be able to pull some fresh peppers from the garden. Although it's getting cold. It's not snowing here like it did where Val is, but you know, we've got some cold, so we're thinking that the garden is pretty much like done for. Probably till it up. And then just hope next year's better. This year we didn't get no tomatoes or nothing. It kind of sucked. The only thing that was good was the peppers. Oh my God. No. Maple syrup is awful. Awful. I cannot do syrup at all. I hate the smell of it. I hate it. Ugh. Yeah, the tomatoes were awful this year. I mean, legit, I think we probably got like 5 tomatoes if we were lucky. I mean, it was terrible. So, like this year, I was making some tomato, like a tomato cucumber salad thingy for work. I'm gonna open this window because, good Lord. And Greg had to go to the store and buy tomatoes for me in the summertime. I'm like, this is insane. We got, Greg and I tried to go picking blackberries this year, but that, we went at like the wrong time, so we didn't really get a lot. But we did get a really good picking of raspberries, and we take those and we freeze them, so we have them throughout the year. I really like putting them in wine, but I'm not having wine right now, so but we like doing that. And then, oh my God, see, we have an area where we have raspberries coming in, but then we also go and pick raspberries because you can never have enough raspberries. The blackberries, you know, they're a little bit harder to come by, but we found a place in Pennsylvania that we went picking. So we got some blackberries, but then we found blueberries, and Greg and I have never had blueberries, and oh my God, it just, well, that's a lie. I think I have had blueberries, but they didn't impress me because they were like store, and you can't compare store blueberries to like actually picking them and eating like fresh, organic-y type of blueberries, because they were absolutely amazing. And Greg and I are going to start, we're gonna put some blueberry bushes out around the house. I'm not exactly sure where. We're gonna oh my God. Oh, I didn't even realize, like, some of the blueberries were like a lot smaller than I was thinking that they would be, but I think that's probably like the right size. But they're so pretty too. They're just gorgeous. I think they'll look so good.